Hello, Vustex. Wait, was any of the sound coming through the speakers? Hold on, I gotta check. Okay, it was. And by speakers, I mean the OBS. How have you been? I've seen you in some chats, but we haven't actually chatted. This isn't a usual stream time for me. I just randomly decided to do it. It's sometimes a Tuesday thing. It's a sometimes Tuesday thing. We are both safe and sound, even though I just completed a patrol out in a huge storm. That was very, very dangerous, but I got it done. A lot of cloud to ground lightning. You know, you don't really see that all the time. Very, very clear bolts. Very pretty. It is that season. I've got a Sonic Smasher, some Sonic Tater Tots, and a banana, and that's what makes it healthy. The banana cancels everything out. You've learned some lore. Where'd you learn it from? I was getting nervous. Hmm. Oh, here it is. Halls of Fabrication. No. I don't mean that it has to be from me. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, as someone that as someone that studies the lore, there's a lot of people who put stuff out there that they just completely make up, or their sources are very, very fishy, right? So a lot of people come to me like, and they say things. I'm just kind of like, you know, what's your source for that, right? A lot of people just don't know, right? A lot of people just kind of read it online and they're like, yeah. Best character score, is that for me only? Like, just for me? Hmm. Euroseptum the Seventh did have an imaginary friend called Justin when he was a child. Please be true. Not that I'm aware of, but I do know of an Elder Scrolls character named Justin. I believe it was House du Fort, the Breton House du Fort. They can trace their lineage back to a knight named Justin who saved a princess, I think, from some kidnappers, and he was given like an enormous amount of money for that quest that he did, and that basically skyrocketed the beginning of a whole house that exploded in like success in the shipbuilding market. His name was Justin. Let me see if like, I mean, like, for all I know, Uriel Septim did have an imaginary friend called Justin. Let me see. Is that your fact? Because I actually I did not know that. Hello. Bing, bing. I'm receiving a call. Oh my god, it's true.
What?
I'm learning a lore fact.
Oh my god, weather of all people learning
Yeah.
lore?
There's a lot of
Bananas.
I just finished eating a banana.
That's even more bananas.
That's to cancel out the unhealthy food that I'm just about to eat after the banana.
Fair.
Let's see here, because Vustex says that Uriel Septim the Seventh had an imaginary friend called Justin. I don't know what the source is for this Justin, because I can't find. I can find it, but I can't find like the source. Hold on, I might have found it, but
Maybe. Possibly.
okay, I found it. So the source is the real Baron Zaya, which is obviously kind of it's to be taken with a grain of salt. It's not a history book. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a book that's supposed to be like, oh, this is the real life of Baron Zaya, and has like a bunch of juicy details. I believe some of which were so risque they had to be omitted from Morrowind.
Oh,
They were in
interesting.
Daggerfall. Yeah, they put them in Daggerfall, and they were like, yeah, you know what? We can't even have this in Morrowind. We're gonna have to. They had to remove it.
That's pretty bad.
So, but it claims, according to that book, at that youthful age, Uriel insisted that a place would be set at every meal for his imaginary female playmate, Justin. Apparently, it is also a female name in the Elder Scrolls. So that the source for that is the real Baron Zaya,
Mm-hmm.
which I actually don't know if I've read all the way through, but it's a classic. So it is listed in a book, but the book should be taken with a grain of salt. I don't. The real Baron Zaya, like as itself, was written in response to there's a, I think it's just a book series called Queen Baron Zaya. Isn't there a book series called it? Oh, Biography of Queen Baron Zaya. Yeah. Biography of Baron Zaya. And so then the real Baron Zaya was written, and it's supposed to be a book about like the real scandalous stuff that no one tells you. It's like, this is the
Uh-huh.
truth. And like when there's a book like that, I don't take it as a history book. Take it with a grain of salt. But you know, that's how a lot of stuff is. You know, you read it in a book, you're like, can I trust this author? Right?
Right, of course.
You really wish Elder Scrolls fans would internalize the concept of unreliable narrators. What do you mean internalize? What does internalize mean in this context? I mean, like, I think, if anything, I think that Elder Scrolls player or Elder Scrolls fans go too hard on the idea of unreliable narrator because it causes a lot of people to just go, well, I guess anything can be true, and they don't bother solving anything because they're like, you can't trust anybody. But I mean, that's the idea of unreliable narrator. That's just how the real world works, right? Like the real world runs on unreliable narrator, and so it's like it depends who you're going to trust. Do you want to trust a scholar who probably went to a college about history, or are you going to trust like a local newspaper, you know, might be biased against a certain subject or a certain person? And it's just kind of like, out of the two of those, which one are you gonna trust a bit more? It's kind of just like how it is in real life. But I feel like a lot of fans go, well, I guess unreliable narrator. You're never gonna figure it out, so don't bother. And so that kind of annoys me because it's like there's a lot of stuff that you like you can just figure out that so many people are just wrong, like wrong. Vustek says, in my experience, Elder Scrolls fans have assumed all too often that the character says something equals irrefutable canon. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of times it's just kind of like, that's what they said, or that's maybe a bias of, like, the time. Yeah, you can always just take things like, you're like, okay, well, this may or may not be fully true. Kinetic, most people I know don't keep up with lore in any way except, like, game events. Yeah, that's yeah. I think that's in my experience, yes. I don't get I don't get any lore talk on my feeds or discords, at least not very often. It's not to be honest. Like, I'm surprised that Zos puts so much of a heavy scrutiny on lore because of how like few people I've met that actually engage with it, and it's just. I mean, like when they added scrying to the game, they were like, "Hey, you know what? You can get like leads for these things, and we are literally going to write lore for these." And then they went out of their way, and they were like, "You can literally collect this 3 times and get different bits of lore for it." And it's like, how many people are going to collect this mythic item 3 different times? So. They do a lot of work that surprises me. I'm like, they go above and beyond for lore, despite the fact that I find so few people wanting to engage. Vustek says, I've seen YouTube videos trying to figure out Ragnar the Red took place. You always assume that it was in-universe fiction from the start. That's right, because Ragnar the Red exists at the time of ESO, but it mentions Rorikstead, and Rorikstead probably doesn't exist at this time because Rorik, who founds Rorikstead, is in Skyrim. And unless he's like an immortal being, he would not be alive at this time. Which means that the song Ragnar the Red cannot exist as we know it. So, I mean, like, they could pull an Argonian maid with that if they want. But I think it could be instead that the song Ragnar the Red would literally just be attributed to different places. Like, maybe originally it was meant for Ivarstead, and then it got moved to Rorikstead in the 4th era. This is just kind of what happens with a lot of things in real life. Like, oh, that's different than it used to be. This little nursery rhyme is not the same as it was 200 years ago. So that's what I would theorize. Because, yeah, Rorikstead does not exist. I forget where that even is supposed to be. Killanex says, there's so many people who will not touch a book other than to skip all the pages to get a skill. Exactly! I see all these people reaching for bookshelves, and I'm like, oh my god, they care. And then it took me a while until I realized, oh, they're just leveling shit up. They're just leveling shit up. And then there's me, who took, like, probably 2 or 3 years to realize that you can level shit up by reading books.
Yeah, that did take you a moment.
Yeah. Vustek says, gonna see YouTube videos titled "When and Where Does Lives Her Tale Live" soon. ESO's already kind of ESO's I think already kind of closed the loop. Oh, I gotta take a bite.
Yum yum.
So, I think it's heavily implied. Obviously, no one's talking about it, but I would say the Leslie Argonian Maid. It's kind of like a bootstrap paradox, maybe, because I think that it was written in the Third Era, and then it is documented to have been sent back in time. This is true. This is true. The Leslie Argonian Maid, the book, was sent back in time by an Aelid ruin in Blackmarsh. The Aelid ruin is named Loria's Cell, I think. Basically, it was a bunch of Aelids that were trying to, like, bring in books from different times. Hold on. So this is getting kind of complicated. So, bunch of Aelids were like, you know what? Books are cool. I think they were probably Hermaeus... No, maybe they weren't Hermaeus Mora worshippers, but either way, they like books. So, they tried to grab books from all these times, and it's kind of what Apocrypha does. And so, one of the books they acquired was the Lusty Argonian Maid. I'm pretty sure that's 100% confirmed, but even if it's not, it's kind of probably implied. So, this book, obviously, would now exist probably in the... I would say the earliest it could be would be the late Merithic or very, very early First Era. And then it would get strewn around, and various stories would sprout from it, because the Leslie Argonian Maid is literally just kind of the base story, and then other stories that are very similar have sprouted from it. At least that's what it seems like it happened. And then eventually, by the time the Third Era happens, either it's entirely forgotten, or the playwright who wrote it is adapting it into a play, not realizing that he was the original source for it, which is called the Bootstrap Paradox, and I only know about it because of Doctor Who.
I love Doctor Who.
Essentially, Bootstrap is like, you know, it's like, if you know about something, right? Like, you know about, you're aware of, let's see, how did Doctor Who describe it? They described it as Beethoven's Fifth, right? Beethoven's Fifth is a very famous symphony, and obviously you're aware of it, right? You go back in time, and you inquire all these people about Beethoven's Fifth, but they had never heard of it. Beethoven's Fifth doesn't exist. So what you do is you show Beethoven's Fifth, and suddenly you have created the very thing that you had before, because you were the inception point, but you were also the receiver point. So it's a loop. Basically, like, it's like, where did it come from? You only know about it because you went back in time to set it. So it's kind of it's very weird. Obviously, it's just a thought experiment, because as far as we know, time travel is not possible. And if it is possible, what the fuck are time travelers doing? Get in here now. Do something. So we're kind of I think that literally that's just what's going on with the book. And the only reason that this is all happening is because Zos could not help themselves, and they wanted that book in ESO. There's no way. There's no way they would have done this otherwise. They just wanted it because they're like, it's a classic. You can't not have it. You can tell that Zos is obsessed because they literally go out of their way to name anything after it. They've written like 2 or 3 different versions of the same book, and explained in lore that there's like 3 or 4 more that we just haven't read. So yeah, it's definitely, you don't need to read a YouTube video. There's the deep dive about what's going on with that book. Now, The Lesser Argonian Maid is not the only book that is involved in this. You also have stuff like Where Were You When the Dragon Broke is a good example. And there's a couple others. Now, you could probably argue that Where Were You When the Dragon Broke exists because it's a book about time, and so it's probably just supposed to be ironic. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure it exists in the game. It does. It's just called When the Dragon Broke, which is weird, but that is what it's called. It literally talks about stuff that happens in the future, you know, so. I had a discussion about timey-wimey stuff on Friday that...
Oh?
Yeah, because I had someone... Who was it? Was it Killanetic? Was it you? Were you talking about the ESO potentially being a Dragon Break? No? Okay, well, it was somebody. Somebody stopped by and had mentioned to me... It wasn't Leaf. Yeah, I'm running on like 5 or 6 hours of sleep, a lot of walking, and a large coffee, so...
Heck yeah. No sleep gang. Woo!
Vusek says, Listener Tale is probably fictional universe. I'm worried that YouTubers lack the media literacy to understand that, instead of assuming she was a walking, breathing Argonian. Oh, I completely... You know what? Okay, well, that would be... That would be pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's obvious that, like, the book is not a historical account. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just reading a history book, and it says, like, Lest the Argonian Maid on the cover. It's documented history. Hi, Darklight. By the way, we better get more of that book when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. Otherwise, it's like, what's the point? Like, because Skyrim added a whole other section.
I must finish this.
15 years ago. Hooray! Yeah, here's the thing. I don't do Elder Scrolls lore tube. I don't do Elder Scrolls lore Reddit. I don't do Elder Scrolls lore anything that involves a bunch of other people because I worry about my blood pressure. I wouldn't be able to take it. I just know, like, because I've peaked, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. I'm more of a teacher. Like, I focus on the only sources being in-game material, and I teach from there. I don't necessarily need input from people who might be misunderstanding the validity of sources, which I've barely poked into lore spaces, and I've already had my fair share of disagreements with people about what counts and what doesn't. I don't know what the Scandinavian slang myth is. That does not sound familiar to me. Is Scandinavia in the Elder Scrolls? Did I miss something? Nope, that was weird.
Well, you look ready.
Yeah, mom texted me again today, and she was just kind of like, I swear I get on ESO, I just don't know what to do. And so I texted her back and I said, I will send you endeavors. And so I just made up 3 endeavors and I gave them to her. I was like, update an outfit 1 time. Pick
That
3
is
locks and kill 10 flesh atronachs. I mean, like, this is just... That's why I always end up leading whenever game that we play, because people just don't know what to do. And there's a lot of stuff to do in ESO, but the thing about Endeavors is that they wrote it out for you. You could just open it up, and it immediately tells you, no BS, what you want to do. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in ESO, but it requires, like, knowledge of the game, and, like, she doesn't know where style page drops or whatever, so.
I mean, if your mom would ever, like, the few times I've been in-game and your mom's been in-game at the same time, I've tried messaging her to be like, hey, you need help with anything or anything like that? And she just never looks. It drives me nuts. I'm like, hello? Hello?
Well, yeah, she doesn't notice, but hey, we need that add-on that makes a noise.
Does your mom use add-ons?
No, not that I know of, but we can fix that.
That's what I thought. That is true. You could definitely be like, hey, let me get you some add-ons so you
But-
can pay attention to stuff.
But it wouldn't be that she doesn't. It would be like she wouldn't even know what to say to you, because it'd be like she doesn't know what to do. It's not that she can't do it.
No, I know, but I would, like, if your mom needs help finding shit to do, I would absolutely help her get things to do. It's not hard. Like, I could help her with a build. I could help her do world events or dungeons, whatever she wanted.
Well, you want me to let her know that she can message you?
Yeah. She can message me on Discord, she can message me in game. You know? I'm just saying. I
Will
am
do.
available.
Dad would probably tag along, because I'm thinking he probably doesn't really know what to do either. Vustek says, took an arrow to the knee of Scandinavian slang for getting married. Oh, that brings me back to, like, that's like 2013. Yeah, that's absolute BS. Very, very silly.
The married slang thing. Okay, I know what they're talking
Yeah.
about now. I was like, what?
That's like an old-fashioned game rumor. Do we even get those anymore?
Yes.
So I guess I mean I'm gonna be talking about the changes that they made and are making later on, because they did a whole stream for it. But so they discussed a lot about update 50, which is going to be in June, and I guess like because we're going to be getting different stuff as this season goes on, or as this update goes on. Like the battle pass starts on the 2nd. So that'll be our first season, and I guess, you know, Dragonite changes have already gone through. I think a lot of changes have gone through. Transmute amounts have gone up. If you have ESO Plus, it is not 1,000 anymore. It is 3,000.
Yeah, I noticed they had changed it. Like, I was reading through that earlier while I was waiting for my... Well, I'm still waiting for my game to update, because I didn't know the update had already come out.
Yep.
there was a lot of changes they did. I was pretty
Yep.
surprised.
You can hide your tabard, apparently. I think that was in the list. Which I've been asking for many years.
The whole community has been asking for that for many a moon.
I mean, you think it would have happened a while ago.
You would have thought, but no.
Because, I mean, it's like, it literally was preventing me from wearing outfits. Because it's like I can't rep my guild and wear an outfit without it being kind of muddied by a flag on my chest.
That is true. It's kind of annoying. But I think this update was the one they fixed that on, wasn't it?
I think so.
I'll have to double check once my stuff is done updating.
Bye, Vustag. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna try to not let the sleepiness set in for me.
I feel that. I'm on my second can of C4 because I'm trying to avoid falling asleep.
My right eye just twitched.
Ah, gotta love it.
That I had a large coffee. Huge thing. They're updating the werewolf model. It's not updated right now, but I think that's a 50 thing. Or maybe it's a, I think it might be a later on the season thing. I'm trying to remember. Werewolf model is changing. They're making male and female variants. Though they did clarify on stream that they're not going the sexy werewolf direction.
Of course not. It'd be weird if they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I know that's what a lot of people want, but that's just not really Elder Scrolls
No,
style.
it definitely it would be more like a different series sort of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. They're also changing some things about how werewolf works. They're changing a lot of skills. I think they said it lasts longer if you have more ultimate. The base amount of ultimate werewolf will be activated at will be like 100. And then it'll work like overload, I guess. Or like if you have more charge, it'll last longer. But you can also, they said, sustain it easier. They said to the point where, I think they said like to the point where sustaining it for like RP is not impossible. Which is interesting. We'll see how that works. Again, we'll be going over this later, so I can't talk too much about it. I might be skipping through the details when I go over this later, but it does end with them talking about Crimson Velt, and I stopped the stream because I was like, I don't want to know yet. I was like, I'm gonna go through how I feel about it on stream because I'm curious. Killer Next says, oh weird, the stairs go up to Ribbon Palace with some like model lines and stuff? Well, maybe make a report if that's a bad thing. I don't know what a model line is. Oh, Kinetic says they're like bright white lines. That doesn't sound lore friendly. I did a relic quest in Warframe last night. I just kept going and going and going and going. I forgot how many I got. I'm offering a world boss for people, but no one seems to be picking up.
What zone you in?
Hi, Isle.
Ah.
Not the busiest, I know, but
Is there a reason why you want to do that one specifically?
I was just picking them up just for something to do.
Ah.
Aarox is in the store, you are right.
Do not look shocked. Yes, I am currently unlocking data.
Hmm.
I was so much more. I am Aarox the Mutilator. And before this curse felled me, I was mighty. And very large. Huge. Bigger than you. Why do you smirk, mortal?
I wouldn't mind if they brought Aarox back again. I mean, it's been a while. I'm surprised they've had the restraint. But I want them to, like, if you're gonna bring a character back, like, have a reason, maybe, like, something, instead of just, like, feeling like they were tacked on. I want to, like, feel like they were there for a reason. Like says, I'm surprised they continue using Zaji and Casca so much. People really like Zaji and Casca. Yeah, I think the fandom. I mean, honestly, like if we're talking Zaji, Casca, Aarox, Darien, Raz, these are characters that people really
of course,
like.
Raz is like huge.
Yeah, he's been like probably. I mean, if you had a poll, it would probably be pretty rough between Darien and Raz.
Mm-hmm.
As to who's the most popular. I should put that on Twitter and watch everyone
That would
struggle.
be interesting.
Which one do you like more, guys?
For me, it's Raz.
Yeah.
He's such a goober, especially when you do the quest chain for him to meet his family and shit. I just think it's funny.
Yeah. He's got, let's see, he's got the main Old Mary Dominion quest. He's got Elsewhere. He has a quest on the Gold Coast and Solstice. Those are a good amount of places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ain't no one picking this up. I'm gonna ask if anyone wants to help again.
They're gonna be like, clearly he needs help. Should we? Nah.
Nah.
That makes too much sense.
It's that Chases Giant Clouds guy. He's everywhere. Ugh. Well, I've waited here long enough. I should probably just do the Delve one instead.
Yep. You might have better luck if you give it some time.
I wonder when they're gonna do another hiring calling for the stream team.
Good question.
I think they're I don't know, like they've got a lot of people who are on the stream team that just don't play as much ESO anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely see them playing ESO. You know, I follow them. It's like I know they're on the stream team. I'm not saying that, you know, that's all they can play, but I'm wondering if, like, how does this work? Like, at what point? Because ZOS is probably having to. I don't actually know how it works. If there's like a financial benefit or anything, but if there is a financial benefit or any kind of benefit at all, ZOS probably can't just have too many people. Like they're probably, it's like, what do they send a threatening letter? They're like, you're about to be removed from the stream team if you don't play more ESO. I think they just probably just
Wondered if,
I don't know.
I always wondered if they just kind of left people on it and not really take them off.
Right, but that's what I'm wondering. If there's a reward system involved, if they get some kind of payment, be it in maybe ESO Plus or actual money or something like that, I actually don't know. But if they do, then maybe ZOS is like, we can't afford to give that to more people. And so they just kind of leave it as is, and that's why they don't hire a bunch more. Because they haven't done it in ages. And I'm just not seeing too many these days. Like the big ones, I follow the big ones, and a lot of them are kind of, at least not doing it so much. And there does come a point where you have to kind of usher in the new era of people to support your game. Not saying that has to be me. Not saying that. I mean,
Right.
but I mean, like I'm a variety streamer. I don't just play ESO. If you were to like put together all the hours, I might play ESO, you know, less than other games. But I don't know. I don't hit the criteria that they want.
Well, what is their technical criteria?
You need to have a certain amount of hours every week, and back in the day I hit it. I'm pretty sure I might still hit it, but I definitely hit it harder back in like the COVID days when I didn't have to work. And
Well, yeah, you can't help that though.
nope. But so I might meet the hours, but what they really want that's on the listing is also like concurrent viewers. I don't think subscribers. I think it's just like, as long as it's a certain amount of average viewers or that I just don't reach. And I don't think I'm close. So that's kind of discouraging. So but it's like, again, it's just not really something, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I mean, let me see if I can look it up really quick. Let me see what they say. Prerequisites for ESO stream team. Okay, here we go. Join the ESO creator program. Share your love of Tamriel with us. This was back in August of 24. Here it is. Visit the ESO Creator Program page for more information on individual requirements to complete the application form.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can look at this, or if it's just like maybe they block it off because they're not hiring.
Maybe.
For more information on the stream team and other creators sharing, there's nothing really here except for a list of all the ESO stream team members that are live right now. One. It's drew you out with 160 viewers, which is pretty good. But like, that's just it could be two.
It could be.
It could be two. Killinex is probably way low priority right now. I don't know. I feel like they kind of need it right now. I feel like this would be a good time for them to get into it. I'm seeing a lot of names here I don't recognize, and a lot of them I do. Dang, there's a lot of people in this team.
Maybe that's why they're not super keen on getting more people.
Yeah. They've got live streams, video guides, written guides, podcasts. Man. Killinex says, hit him with a professional email. I'm just going to get a professional response, if you know what I mean. It's just going to
They're
be
gonna
like...
be like, professionally? Hell no. Because they're really like that.
They've softly rejected me before.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you gotta like it.
Okay, well, I can't find it on the website because they're not hiring right now, but let's see. Live streamers, ESO stream team applications are now open. Oh, this was 8 freaking years ago. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is probably completely outdated. My God, 8 years ago. All right, so let me just read it. Let me just read this though. Are you an active ESO streamer and want to work more closely with ZeniMax Online Studios? We are looking for passionate ESO streamers to join the ESO stream team and work closely with us to help grow your channel and take it to the next level. Below are some of the requirements and general guidelines for what we're looking for. And there are 4 guidelines. And this looks really similar to what I saw like 2 years ago. Or maybe it was like 1. Your channel should have at least 1,000 followers. Just to ensure you are well established in the streaming world. I think I'm at like 700 or
You're
something.
at 771.
Okay. So that's already a failure. 2, you should be streaming ESO regularly, at least once a week for a few months. Yeah, okay. That's
you're fine there.
Definite. 3, be engaging. We like to see you interacting with your audience. I just never do that.
Oh, yeah,
I have an
of
audience?
course not.
No. It's true. Like, I never know if I don't try, but I have tried. I have tried this before. 4, and lastly, you should stay constructive. We don't expect you to be a cheerleader, and it's okay to not agree with something we do, but we absolutely do not allow bashing of the game or individuals. I think that I fit 3 of the 4, but unfortunately it's like the follower count. Hey, I mean, that follower count though, that's easier than consistent followers. I mean, like, I don't really get followers much these days, but it's at least easier to achieve than consistent followers, because it's like that is the hardest thing when you're a Twitch streamer, because you know, like, I will have days where it is just me, and there's nothing you can do about that. And so then it's just kind of like, at that point, I remember when I was trying to hit affiliate, I needed to strategize, because it was like, if the longer you stream, can affect your average viewer ratio, because
Oh, yeah.
because it's like suddenly, like if I only stream, will I notice that my chat is bumping, and then I stop streaming as soon as it dips, then that means that my average viewer count is going to obviously stay really high up. I'm not streaming when there's no one around. So you can game the system. That might be why they don't bother with concurrent video or viewer counts. I don't know.
Fair. Sucks, but fair.
But I mean, like, no, I don't have 1,000 people, but I feel like I'm decently known, not some rando. The only comment on this post was by someone named Brand S Art, and they say, "Working on that 1,000. See you soon, stream team." 7 years ago, and his Reddit account is banned. Why is it that whenever want to look at a Reddit account, it's always this user has been banned every time? Like, what are people doing on Reddit? I think Reddit was probably, like, that was my first, I guess you could call it, social media that I tried to post Elder Scrolls memes on. I went to, like, the ESO Reddit and would post memes that I made, because I'm like, I want to make people laugh, and they would delete every single one. They'd be like, stop it. And I was like, well, that's like, well, where do I show my jokes? And I started my secondary Twitter account because I was told that it's like, oh, you get more Twitch engagement if you, what was the word they used? What was the word that they used? It's like a word that's used for, like getting engagement on your Twitch, but through social media output. It was a special word. I'm trying to remember it. But it was just kind of a way for me to like advertise when I was live on Twitch and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, I'll do that, and then eventually that got annoying, and I was like, I'm just gonna post memes here and shit. I mean, like, I used to have a bot that would post whenever I went live, and then Twitter banned bots, and I haven't had that in, like, a few years. I've been doing it more often, though. I've been, like, posting onto Blue Sky when I go live. Let people know. That's, like, I've been doing that in the past couple weeks. What's the word? Trying to remember the word. It was something. It was something that had to do with communication, interacting with other people. I don't know. I did not do a good job, whatever it was. I became way better known for being on Twitter than Twitch streaming, because like a lot of people, most people don't even know that I stream on Twitch. I like guarantee you, like if any ESO devs know me, it's not from my Twitter. It's not from my Twitch. It's from my Twitter. And I don't really know how I necessarily feel about that, but you can't really pick and choose what people know you for a lot of times.
True. You don't really get a choice in that matter, usually.
No. It reminds me a lot of how a lot of actors, it's like, well, we know a lot of actors for the, like, our favorite movie or something. But, like, for them, that definitely might not be their favorite, like, maybe they're, like, that might not be their best work. Maybe they wish that they were more popular for a different movie they did. But that's not really up for them to say.
Right.
Obviously, it's like, I don't, it's not like, if I hated it, then I wouldn't be doing anything on Twitter. But it's definitely, like, I prefer to be more like an in-person entertainment than making a bunch of posts. But I think even worse off, I'm more known for the, like, more funny posts than anything else. People aren't really like, oh, it's the lore guy. It's more like, yeah, here's the guy that makes the jokes. And it's really tough to be, like, it's really tough to be a librarian when everyone sees you as the jester. And
yeah. Can confirm.
You like being the jester, though.
Not all the time. There are some times where I don't want to be always funny, who just make everyone laugh and shit. There are times where I don't want to be.
Okay, so you know what it feels like.
Yes. That's why I'm like, yes, can confirm. That is a thing.
Because I remember when I was once guesting on a stream that I was specifically brought onto the stream for lore discussion, but instead I was advertised as the guy who's funny on Twitter. And
oh, I remember that now.
But it was specifically like they were like, we're bringing you on for the lore, and I was so ready, but I just didn't get that chance. Instead it was more like, you know, all about my Twitter, and it just kind of reinforced what I was already concerned about in terms of how people knew me. Killenex says, wonder if I'll live long enough to see a mainline game do elsewhere. Would be interesting. I feel like Bethesda would be more influenced to do elsewhere if like main Elder Scrolls fans didn't see the Khajiit as nothing more than like thieves and skooma addicts. That's pretty much like all the casuals know. They're like, oh, they're like merchants and thieves and skooma addicts, and it's like all the casuals know. So I don't really know. Like Bethesda would probably be like, advertising isn't good enough. But then again, they are also cat people, and that would explode the market. So who knows?
Cat people.
Richmond is one of the better hub cities. I don't know why, but I've been there more often recently, hanging out and elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They've always got parties going on. I talked very recently about the shrine that's by the house in Rimmon. That is probably one of ESO's biggest mysteries that I hope they solve someday.
One day.
I mean, like, it's one thing to have a weird, like... It's one thing to have a weird thing in ESO, but this is a weird... There's, like, this shrine by the... what's the house called? It's, the Hall of the Lunar Champion. So, outside the Hall of the Lunar Champion, there's this Akaviri shrine, that has a door. So, it's like you can walk in, but usually when there's a door you can't go through, it has, like, either a lock on it, or it just kind of has nothing on it and you can't open the door. Instead, this shrine has a name, and it highlights when you wave your cursor over it, and it has a custom message for if you try to get in. It says, like, it's not open or something like that. Like, they wrote a specific line for this shrine. And it almost seems like it was something meant for something later on in the chapter that they never ended up finishing it. But I feel like it could also be something that turns into something later on as the game progresses. But yeah, so it's just this house that you literally just click on it, and it's like, hey, this house is closed. And it's like, when there's a custom message for something like that, it feels like there's got to be a follow-up, a reason. Rimmon does have the best bard in the game. The Tononaka Shrine. Keep wanting to call it the Tutaka Shrine, but yes, the Tononaka Shrine. It's very weird, and I think probably the weirdest thing in the game in terms of like, what was this supposed to be, or what will this be in the future. And now that we're, like, making zones free as time goes on, I'm wondering if they're going to revisit that shrine. It does have a lock for console. That's fascinating. Can you click on it on console, though? But it mentions it's still been clicked. Okay. Even on console. Interesting. Interesting. Because if console was different, if console didn't have a message, then I would definitely feel like it was something that they released for PC and then decided, like, we're not gonna do this for console. But if they kept the message, I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Weird.
Okay, I gotta finish eating now. If anything, Kilonetic, I think the book that's next to the shrine serves as something to make us even more curious. I mean, it's basically like, it's a shrine that's full of statues, like terracotta warriors, and like the last, 5 surviving Akaviri wandered in there, and everyone was like, what the fuck are they doing? And then they sealed themselves in, and no one's been able to open it. It's probably like 600 years, it's like 600 years ago. I wonder if, like, I don't know. Maybe they're like it could be a crazy cool in-game event, like they make Elsewhere free, base game, and then they start doing this thing where it's like the Akaviri are free from the shrine, and they're also very angry for some reason. They have an army of statues that they've like brought to life. I don't know. Yeah, Kimonosis was probably cut content. Maybe that's like if it's not something they're gonna do in the future, it's got to be cut content. But like, what would it have been? Like, is there anything documented from a dev? Has a developer mentioned anything about this shrine like ever? Because I haven't looked.
Maybe?
I haven't looked deep enough. Does the UESP say anything?
That is a very good question.
The Tononaka Shrine. It's literally just the Tononaka Shrine is a Seal Akaviri shrine. And there's a book outside. Okay, yes. No other information on it. Come on, like no one's even, like I'll take a Reddit link at this time, like just someone asking about it. They're like this is the internet. I am like looking up these exact two words, Tononaka Shrine, and nothing's. I mean, like real world stuff is showing up because it's an actual word, I guess. Let me type in ESO. Oh, here we are. Here we go. So okay, I found something here. This was back in May 2019. This person's saying, so I'm leaving the halls of the Lunar Champion. I see a book down the stairs. I go and read it. Apparently the building is in front of it's the fabled Tononaka Shrine. I don't know how many of you guys have seen it, but if you go up to it, you click it, all it says is that the shrine is sealed. Does this mean that in the future it'll be open somehow? Because that'd be a pretty awesome addition to an already amazing chapter. Here's a pic of said shrine. This person says, my 2 cents, it'll be in the entrance to one of the 2 dungeons in the next DLC pack 3rd quarter. No, it was not. This person says dungeons are all in the base game as they're sold independently. I remember back when that was a thing. I'd say the rules of dungeon are base game only has never really been in effect. This is like I'm reading ancient texts. Nothing. Yeah, there's no one saying anything here. October 2019. Dead end. I should make a post about this. I know I have before, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe a dev will say something. Here's a fun fact that I know, because I've talked to some of the devs.
Mm-hmm.
They mess with the idea of putting a dungeon in Bar Dao, the moonlit above the Vex City. They never did it though, but I mean, it was an idea they had.
No more work today, my friend. Seek me out.
It sounds kind of silly, but when you play Morrowind, it becomes kind of interesting how that place feels way bigger on the inside, I swear to God. Was the Skywatch Ruins in the middle of town open before Xandar? It wasn't open, but there was a ruin there. I don't think it ever said anything about, like, being able to open it. But it was always there. I found it was really cool what they did with the Xandar in that ruin. Oh, also, three-way battlegrounds are back. So, Stormlords have returned. Hooray!
Wait, Stormlords are back? What?
Your purple senses are tingling.
Yes, they were.
So, there's a catch.
course.
Competitively, PvP Battlegrounds is two teams. But I think more casually, consistently, it is back to being three teams. So, it's like, the more casual is three, the more competitive is two. From what I heard.
Oh.
But yeah, Stormlords are officially back. I was getting pretty... I was like, why do we bother having these, like, banners and like, you can talk to people who are on the store, like, are they canon still? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, you have, like, obviously I like Stormlords purple, whatever, but sure. But you just, like, wiped out, like, an entire, like, existence of group chunk faction. Like, are they still there? Not there? Like, how's that working?
Like, they have a whole style.
Mm-hmm.
They have a whole style. So, yeah, I guess they probably knew that they were just, like... They were probably making changes for a long time. And they knew that they were going to bring them back. But I didn't. Let's see. Kinetic says, it was made to be open, so obviously it's not out of the question. It would be cool... Hear me out. If like, one of the Akaviri that wandered into the shrine is, like, somehow achieved immortality or something like that, and they will be a companion in future content. So, like, when Elsewhere becomes free, they release a couple new companions, and, like, this guy is, like, an Akaviri, and so obviously that would be like, he would probably be like an Imperial, like, race wise. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. So he would be Imperial race wise. He would be like really, really old, like 600 years or so, and then he would he'd be pretty cool to talk to. And like that would be his headquarters, is like inside the shrine. I don't know. Yeah. That's you know what, that's my guess. There's a guess. A lot of people think of snakes when they hear Akaviri, and they think they're just kind of like snake people, like, I don't know, XCOM. It's all very debatable. We know for a fact that a lot of Akaviri were just humanoid, and since they had been around for so long, a lot of, like, Akaviri obviously would, you know, interbreed with the Imperials, and so you have a lot of Imperials that are Akaviri, but they obviously are just, like, biologically they're just humans. So yeah, because I mean, like Hakoshe, that town to the south of Rimmon, their Akaviri, or their ancestors they came from Cyrodiil. So you would just kind of have someone like that. Thought that was the Seishi, or however it's spelled. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you're right. I should probably explain. Akaviri is kind of the general term, but it's kind of like saying American. It's like there's a lot of people from America. So the Seishi are a specific race, because there's also like the Kamal, the Tangmo. There's other races. I mean, isn't Zarethvar from the first or second era? He's from the first. I don't really know when, though, but he's from the first. A subgenre, yeah. Honestly, though, I should have been saying Seishi instead of Akaviri, especially since it pisses me off when people just exclusively use... Yeah. I'm gonna blame it on me being tired. But,
Fair.
like, using the term Akaviri for the Seishi gets harmful because it's even confused the developers. There's been like references to the second Akaviri invasion, and like certain writers will get confused and just kind of believe that like that means that they were the Seishi because they're called Akaviri, when in reality the second Akaviri invasion was the Kamal snow demons and not the Seishi. So you'll find some weird lore references that refer to the second Akaviri invasion as Seishi when it's not. That's happened a couple of times. I've noticed it. And so, yeah, it's just harmful when you just call the Seishi Akaviri, because it's like, that's confusing. There's so many different races. But yeah, so it's debatable why snakes are associated with the Seishi. It could just be a motif. Like, we know that snakes are kind of like their Sona. It's everywhere with the Seishi. It's like, were they snake-like, or do they just use snakes to represent them?
I mean, that would be cool if they were snake-like, personally.
Yes, but every like Seishi that we've ever seen has been humanoid. It could be that
I still think it would be cool.
Maybe it's, some people speculate that like they had enslaved like the men of Akavir, and so like you had some snake people, but the majority of them were humans, but they would all go by the same name, Seishi. Kodak says, "Man, I hate people. Argonians get so much shit." Wait, what happened? I'm not surprised, but what happened? Oh, you know, classic Argonian racism? You mean from casuals? Yeah, crap. Yeah. You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Oh, my God. There we go. Kilinek says, Argonian wanted a taxi. I would for any other race. Wait, sorry, they on a race. I'd sell them to the Telvanni. Well, I'll admit, at least they are lore-friendly enough to know to bring up the Telvanni instead of Drez. It's kind of just kind of like, you just kind of don't react. They kind of want the reaction. But I would dare say they are a filthy casual. Like, I literally would challenge them to a trivia contest. See how much they know. I'd call it an advertisement of their ignorance.
Oh no.
They do just want an easy outlet to be racist. It is true.
Sadly, more often than not.
It's really, really true.
Exactly. Pretty
Honest-
messed up.
I'm surprised, like, because generally the ESO community isn't... The ESO community is the most accepting of any, like, Elder Scrolls community. So I'm kind of surprised they haven't been chewed up yet.
Oh, it's storming outside, I just noticed.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, was that in game?
Well, I heard it from you, and
Yeah.
then I saw a lightning flash outside my window at the same time, so I was like, oh shit.
Whoa, there's storms everywhere. It's like in
Yeah.
game where you are, where I am. Isn't it
Yeah,
great?
it threw me off. Because I heard it from your mic, and then I saw a flash out my window. I was like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah, so I was actually, because I was trying to pick, I was trying to pick a lore fact for today's stream, and so I was revisiting kind of the Murkmire quest line for this, and I always found it so funny, like the Murkmire quest line is interestingly another example of elves and Argonians, which was kind of the theme last year, but the Aelids were obviously way meaner to the Argonians, but I find it funny how, like, during this story, they're bullying the Argonians and, like, trying to experiment on them to try to, like, understand to understand their strengths and, like, how they work and the magic of the hiss and everything, and they just can't conceive it. Like, they just can't make any sense of it because the Argonians are just too out of their fucking league, and they're like, we don't understand what is going on with these lizards, and it's just funny to revisit because they act like they know everything, and they're so, like,
They're very uppity.
they're very uppity. There's the the Aelids. They're within this, like, this realm they use to teleport immense distances that they created massive structures inside, and amongst all of that, they can't figure out Argonians.
Well, I mean, Argonians, as far as, like, comparatively to the other races, well, all the races are unique in their own way, but I'm just saying, the Argonians are definitely on the more different side.
Yeah, they are the most unique. Why does my quest still say I need to kill the boss? I just killed the boss. This is weird.
Maybe it bugged on you.
Yes.
Ooh, my back. Ow.
Okay, I'm game to stay here and try again.
Oh my god, my internet's so slow. It's hurting me.
I mean, like, when I was downloading the update, it took like maybe 2 hours, and I'm on Ethernet.
Yeah, so am I. That's why I'm like, why is this slow as molasses?
I don't understand either. It's like how many things did they change? It doesn't feel like when a chapter comes
'Cause
out, it's faster.
It's like a 55 gigabyte update.
What is all in
But-
the 55 gig?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, what in the hell? But it says, like, the network says is at 0, but the disk is, like, bouncing all over the place. And then it says less than a gigabyte left at this point. And it says, at least on the bar, it says it's at 69% right now. Haha, funny. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. I just want to play ESO. Why is it gotta be so hard?
I would assume that the season is probably loaded in with this update because the season just goes live on the 2nd, so it's probably already in the files. It's probably just gonna
Well,
activate.
I imagine they're pre-putting in some shit, but goddamn. Oh, there goes that lightning again. I hope it does. Wonder what? I'm not gonna even put that in the realm of space.
I can read your mind. It's fine.
Oh, well now. What the fuck was that? It says it jumped from 69 to 74% now.
Yeah, I recall it bumping up a lot, like really quickly after the like mid 60s. So I guess keep your eyes
It's
on
weird
it.
now. Yeah, that's why now it says 76%, and now it went from under a gigabyte remaining to 3 gigabytes remaining. What the fuck is this update? What?
Kolenek says, isn't something else out in like 8 or 9 days? I have a hard time keeping track of all this stuff. I don't remember. I just know that the season is starting on the 2nd. I think that's when the night market starts too. I don't remember. I'll have to check. Hi, Leaf. Trying to break your secret stream. Oh, you got a watch streak. Wait, what is your watch streak? Can you advertise your watch streak? It's probably pretty high. Not higher than mine, though.
Whether if anyone had a higher streak than you, I would be surprised. The only one I could think of is maybe your mom.
I don't... No. She does not sit to watch my streams.
No, that's not what I mean. Because she birthed you. So technically, she's been watching you longer than anyone else.
Okay, I see.
I was being funny with it, Goober.
I don't have the awake power for funny.
I'm sorry. Well, now it's at 80%, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I still got this bandage on my thumb. I've probably had like 7 bandages by now. I was desperate on... Let's see, it was Sunday night, I think, is when my bandage started falling apart. And I was desperate for another one. I couldn't find another one. I was like, do I have one lying around? And I found in my wallet I had a bandage. And I pull it out and I'm like, this thing is small. Like, why is this band-aid so small? It's so... I was like, it might cover it up because this injury is pretty big. and so I was like, it'll have to do until tomorrow, and I can get more band-aids. So I grab it and I flip it around and I get a good look at this band-aid, and it is Bluey themed.
Oh, I love Bluey.
Why do I have a Bluey band-aid? Where did it come from? Why was it in my wallet? No wonder it was small. I was like, this is a kid's band-aid.
Hey, at least you have one.
Yeah, I used it. It was like for a night, but I was like, I'm gonna use it, and then I'm going to swap it out.
Why are you swapping so many band-aids, though? That's what I don't understand.
Things happen to get wet when I like wash my hands, and then this falls apart. Or I am like patrolling and it's raining. It's been raining a lot, and it gets wet, and then it falls apart.
So why don't you invest in some like more sturdier band-aids so you don't gotta get so many so often?
Well,
Help.
I've just been like Minty's been providing the band-aids, and then we've got some at work, and so like I'm just like.
You're just nabbing them wherever.
I'm just nabbing them wherever. I'm just like, it's like I'm playing a survival game. I'm like, oh, there's some. I mean,
Oh Lord.
It'll probably like heal up after another week, maybe.
Are you keeping it? Like, I know you're putting a band-aid on it, but are you like cleaning it? Question mark.
There's no way any dirt can get in there.
I'm just making sure. Don't want you to get like a little infection or anything.
I've taken it off and taken a look at it to check for that. Like when swapping out my band-aids.
Mm-hmm.
I've washed it once or twice.
Alright.
But like,
It never hurts to put a little, peroxide on there every so often.
I know, but I'll admit it was pretty bad. Now I'm pretty sure it's healed. It doesn't hurt, that's for sure. Like it may be a little bit kind of tender if I feel it, but it's definitely going away. It's been a week since it happened. It was like Monday night.
Oh my god.
It was pretty bad.
Weather.
Yeah.
Did you know there is a sound option for the launcher?
What do you mean?
So, I was looking at, like, the little cogwheel for the settings for the launcher.
Yeah. Okay. Let me click on it.
It says you can enable sound effects, and I did that earlier. And it just dinged when the game was done updating, and I was like, oh, I forgot I did that. Oh, I didn't know it was gonna do that. Oh.
When I click on settings, it just says auto update, which is weird.
Oh,
That's all it says
That might be
for me.
different for you since you have it on Steam and I have it on the native launcher.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, no, I found it. Enable sound effects.
Yeah, that's it.
What
I
does
thought that was
the
goofy.
ding sound like?
It's like normal default, like ESO ding. I don't know how
Interesting.
else to describe it.
Okay, well I might as well just have that on.
I just thought it was interesting. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, when did they add that?
Oh
Because I don't remember that being a setting.
yeah, huh. Intriguing.
Yeah. Just a goofy little tidbit. How goes the boss killing?
It's still not spawning. We're like 3 of us. It didn't work for 3 of us, and so we're waiting for it to respawn. So it'll be any second now. I mean, I did say I wanted to get some VR chat in. It's already really late, but I might do it anyway.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say, is I realized the time, and I was like, are you still intending to just stay on ESO, or what are you doing?
I haven't done VR chat since Sunday when you last saw me, and I was like, yeah, I want to.
Right.
I might just forgo the nap and maybe sleep earlier. But before
Or hear me out.
I'm
Me, mofo?
here.
English?
I'm hearing. I'm listening.
Okay, good.
I know you have your struggles with waking up, so a nap would probably help. You should not skip sleeping if your body needs the sleep.
But the coffee...
I will beat you with a coffee mug, sir.
That'd be cool.
Are you sure about that? Are you positive?
It'd be impressive. Considering you're far away.
Wow. Wow. Just so you know, I'm not gonna be that far away from Texas.
No.
Alright?
You're gonna,
In
like,
May.
you bring a coffee mug?
No, I'm serious. Like, I will be a hop, skip, and a jump in May from Texas.
Yep, I know.
So I could go there, and I could beat you with a coffee mug.
Would that be like your quest? Would that be like what all you intend to do?
That'll be my side quest after I'm done with FWA. Just go to Texas and beat you with a coffee mug.
It's like, this is for not taking a nap on the 11th of March.
Yeah, this is my side quest.
It says, I
And
do not
damn well
forget.
sure I'm going to complete this side quest. But your thing spawned, so
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Hopefully it counts this time.
I'm gonna try to get a hit. There's some there's some new effects. This person like has an aura around them that I don't recognize. And then also during the boss, I swear I've got a shield that I didn't recognize. I think they might have changed some stuff. I don't know.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's a 55 gigabyte update. I'm sure they changed some shit.
Dragon Knight, the Dragon Knight changes are in, so
Oh hell yeah!
yeah, visual changes and all that stuff. Thank you for the pet, Kill It Addict.
Good old Kilo with the low pit.
See, what else did they... Well, I guess I'm going to be going over a lot of the changes, and I'm not going to be going over everything because it is too late for that. But some important ESO-related news... Oh, fuck. Thank you for stopping by, Killanetic. I will see you when I see you. Okay, this better work, because if it's bugged, I'm gonna get mad.
Oh my spine.
So, like, yeah, so there's, like, some new fire bursty thing. My Dragon Knight has just lit me on fire. I don't know what's happening.
I just had a thought. Do I have to re-level Dragonites that I already have? If they're, or do they just automatically get the update?
I have not heard any complaints. I feel like if you had to level up a whole other character, then there would be complaints
Not
across...
like a whole nother character, but like re-level a current character that's already a Dragonite.
I feel like I would be hearing a lot of complaints about that.
Okay.
And
that's good.
I haven't.
They didn't do that. The reason why I ask is because you know that tank I usually use for you and your family?
Yeah.
It is, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure its base is a Dragonite. That's why I was like, I hope it didn't break it in some capacity or some other.
Well, I assume that if they would rearrange some skills and stuff, so there might be a little bit of management you'll have to do, like if a quest
absolutely.
was...
I'm expecting some management. I just don't, I don't know how much management I'm gonna end up having to do. I hope it's not a crazy amount.
Yeah. It's like every now and then I have to check your champion points because it's like, oh shit, they changed it, and so now I have to reset my champion point.
Well, for the most part, I have so many champion points at this rate that I'm running out of things to spend them on, really.
Mm-hmm. Something that they did talk about is the new peer classing.
The what classing?
the new pure classing or mono classing benefits. That is something that will be happening with update 50. Next.
It's so wild to think
Update.
that we're going to be on update 50 at some point.
That'll be June.
That's just wild to me.
Yep.
I can't believe I've been playing this game so damn long.
I wonder what update I came in on. Let me check it really quick. I do like UESP ESO updates. Game updates. Oh, here it is. Patch. That's the word. That's the fancy gamer word, I guess. I don't know. Do we have everything listed here? Oh, maybe we... No, we don't. I mean, I'm sure we do. It's just, like, probably buried in the... everything. So, I'm just gonna do, ESO Somerset. So I came in during Summerfall. So Summerfall was September 2018. So what was that? That was like either Somerset or like right after Somerset. Darklight says 50. We haven't even finished March, April, or May yet. Yeah, so 50 will be in June. Okay, so here we are. This is driving me nuts. I actually don't know how to look this up.
What do you mean you don't know how to look it up?
Like, I don't really... Like, the USB isn't saying what update it was, I don't think. It just says... It says, like, when it released... It does. I don't think it has a... list. Like, I'm trying to... Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe this... No. Okay, let's do... okay, so ESO Somerset and Update 18 now live on Xbox One. So that means that I probably got on, like, Update 18 or 19. It was probably more like 19.
Probably.
That's
like 19,
crazy, though. Yeah, 19 to 50, though.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
It's just wild to think about sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you turn in your thing for your boss or whatever?
Yeah. Yep. I am just finishing my tater tots.
Tater tots.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna hop in VR then after you're done eating your tater tots?
I'd like to. Did you want to follow me?
Maybe not immediately. Actually, how long are you gonna be in VR before I
I don't know.
before I say anything?
I was trying to think, but I'm gonna have to cut it down a lot because of how late it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you said you were gonna get off at like 2, and it's so you'd have be on there for like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think those plans are probably trash at this point. I'm gonna have to go a little bit later.
You could just not do the VR chat portion. You could just go to take your nap a bit early, and then you could wake up earlier.
Ah, it's that little devil on my shoulder.
Oh no!
Or maybe that's the angel. I'm trying to.
It depends on perspective, honestly.
It would be the smart thing to do,
Yes,
but it would not be
be
the fun thing to do, especially since I would probably oversleep.
Would you like me to maybe call you to help wake you up? Would that benefit you?
I don't know. I think that my alarm's probably louder than getting a call. Oh,
Well, I mean, that
Yeah,
was
that was-
very bright.
yeah. Well, why are you're getting the lightning? I'm getting the thunder.
I don't know. I rather the lightning than the thunder personally, but that's just me. I don't do well with loud noises. They make my brain not happy.
Yeah. I had some pretty loud ones when I was on patrol, and like the lightning was cloud to ground, which always makes me a bit nervous because it's like I'm doing patrol and there's cloud to ground.
Right.
So I tried to be really, really careful. And my relief was like, you don't need to do that. Like you can put off a patrol. And I was like, I don't know. It's like I don't like letting things stop me.
Right. You are a very stubborn individual usually, yeah.
Well, that's the word we're gonna use.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how about determined?
Determined, stubborn, same diff.
It also looks good on my record where they're like, oh, you know, he's doing those patrols.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, the more they like how I work, the more they want to keep me. The more they want to keep me, hopefully, the more they are willing to make accommodations when I want to take a week off.
Right. So, Goober, what you should do? You should go to bed. I see on your stream you're doing the thing where you go home and you get off ESO.
Yeah, I'm doing the
Yeah.
thing.
You're doing the thing. So you should go to bed.
What if I just went to sleep at a decent time instead? Like,
This would be a decent time, hun. It's late.
this is a decent time for a nap. Yeah.
So you should do that.
But if I go to sleep at 6, and then
In the morning?
yeah,
That's a terrible idea.
is it?
Yeah. It's a terrible idea, hun. Please don't do that.
If I go to sleep at 6 or 6:30, then the 8 hours later, I wake up for work. So that's an 8-hour sleep.
Yeah, but you also run the risk of oversleeping if you do that.
Trying to make me scared of myself and my tendency to oversleep.
No, I'm giving you the reality check that you need so you don't do bad decision making.
I can nap. I could even nap like 3 to 5. But you want me to nap so I can wake up at a decent time when you're still awake, and we can
yeah,
do
that'd
Warframe.
It doesn't have to be for Warframe. I
Your
would play
little
anything with you, Goober.
this is all a plot. It's an agenda.
I hear copium. That's what I'm hearing right now. Copium.
What you're hearing is the gears in my brain moving.
I would like you to go get rest because I want you to be well rested to do literally anything. It doesn't have to be Warframe.
I mean, like, I'm
we could
awake
play
now.
ESO when you wake up. We could do VR chat when you wake up. We could do whatever you want. We could do Overwatch when you wake up. I just would like you to get some good rest so we can play games later.
But at this point, it's like, I don't even know if I'm tired.
I'm gonna beat you with a brick.
Can you prove that I'm tired? Give me a math equation.
Okay, listen. Turn your camera on. For in call, not on your stream.
No, you're gonna look like at the you're gonna like look for bags under my eyes. This you're not no there's I don't really get those. Two,
Okay. So then
it's
what are
not
you worried
gonna
about?
matter.
So what are you worried about?
Nothing. Look, fine. Fine. I don't visually look tired. Well, okay, maybe I sometimes, but
Yeah.
because you see me during the UESP streams, but
I do.
yeah. But listen, like if I don't do the VR chat stream now, I won't get to stream that until like Saturday.
Do you want to do it when you wake up then? Would that help you?
That's a whole separate stream, unless I film myself being asleep.
Hun, a separate stream isn't going to kill you, I promise.
VR chat like sleeping stream.
People do that, but don't do that.
I mean, I'm interested now. I'm curious about why.
Well, some people do that, like if they're on VR, like if they're a VR chat streamer and then they pass out. There are sleep streamers. That is a thing.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but it is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, we have a Twitch category for it specifically. I think just sleeping. But like, I don't know. Trust me, like me sleeping in VR does not look great. I'm just like, especially since I can't actually close my eyes yet.
Right. So, hear me out. Go to bed. And you can do another stream when you wake up. It's that simple.
I probably won't stream again, but if I wake up in time, I don't know. Maybe we can at least do some VR chat, but I guess I probably won't be streaming it, unless you want to stream it.
I could, I suppose. I haven't streamed VR chat in God knows how long.
What do you like? How do you do that? Do you like use the camera, or do you like exclusively first person?
It depends. Like it's back when I streamed VR chat. It was in the early days of VR chat, so there wasn't as many utility tools to do stuff with. Yeah,
makes sense.
Back when I streamed VR chat, like you just streamed the window and that was it. Like you didn't have a camera to work with.
That's really hard for like people to watch, at least so I understand. So I try to avoid that these days.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't have that option when I streamed.
Yeah, I can imagine this must have made it really difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was goofy, but we made it work back in the day.
I love how
Plus, VR chat wasn't as popular to watch in general back in the day as it is now.
Huh. And yet, it's my least popular category. By far.
I think part of that, though, is because you just don't pay attention, Goober.
Maybe a little bit, but I think it's also that, people don't follow me for that. Like...
Well, yeah, of course. Like, that's only a recent thing you've done compared to the things you've been doing.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people also, they might feel... compelled to be silent because they maybe see me interacting with a bunch of other people, and they're like, "Oh, I just better sit down and watch this instead of speaking to the streamer."
Maybe. I just know, like, when I've tried poking you, it takes you either don't see it at all, or it takes like 100 years before I get a response.
I need some kind of little add-on that makes a noise.
Yeah, that'd probably help you out a lot, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
get there eventually. But you should get rest, Goobert. Excuse me. Sorry.
That was
Oh,
a
where that
sound
came
bite
from.
at first.
No, it was just random burp out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck?
See, looking at my listing, we mentioned Drew You Out earlier because he's on the stream team, so I should be rating him. Oh wait, there's drops active? It says update 49 drops since they're gonna be bait. Wait, are there drops?
I don't know, are there? For me, all I got since I've been watching you was just the Ouroboros crates.
Those
Like
are
usual.
drops.
Well, yeah, but that's not like a drop. That's just anyone can get those.
Yeah, I just don't know like when was the last time they gave us a mount or
Twitch
something.
drop?
Yeah, it always seems to be
It's been a
crates.
while. Yeah, the crates are always a thing.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, I guess I'll be seeing you. I hope to message you not at 9 a.m.
Okay. I hope you get good rest, Goober.
I will try. Bye.
That's all I ask. Bye.
We're gonna be rating Drew You Out. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. What was that? What was at least one thing I wanted to say about the new changes that I didn't get to say before? I guess I don't know if this is gonna be update 50, but they talked about the difficulty settings. I think that are either going to be coming later this update or during update 50. So you'll be able to customize your difficulty. I don't know. I'm trying to think about what else they said, but I'll probably need to cover it at another time. But yeah, we're going to be going to Drew You Out. Give me a moment to get that ready. Oh, Madigon is in chat. His chat, obviously, not mine. Alright. Bye.